Okay, Esther, we're going to share the mic today, okay? And in this particular video, we're going to be working on footwork, the fundamentals. All right, so the fundamental footwork, nothing flashy, whatever. When you're moving around, you need to be moving forward and backwards, side to side, which is known as lateral, and you're going to be doing turning as well, which is known as a transverse movement. So forward and backwards, which is known as linear, that's forward and backwards, that way. Side to side, so we're going to go that way, okay, and then we're going to rotate, so that's a rotating moving around in this way. Okay, once you've got those basics in, then you've got all you need to get into the ring. And then of course you can do certain flashy movements where you're combining them together. All right, but the problem is that people always seem to get them wrong. And the number one thing is, if the feet come together, so in this movement, you turn to the side, and the feet come together there, okay, if you just turn a little bit side on so you can see, then we are compromising our balance because it's too narrow and you can't really get any power in your punch. So if you're wider stance, then that's where we're looking at, where we want to do. And as we move around, we're going to move around, moving the front foot forward, and then together back to that original stance. Forward, and back to original stance. If I'm going backwards, I want to go back foot first, and then back to your original stance, back foot first, and back to your original stance, okay? Never ever go the other way around, so it's this together. All right, so if you're going to practice, try moving around that way. Now, no, we naturally walk around this way, but that's not how we're going to do it in the ring. If you look at any video footage, you'll notice that's not the case. All right, so I've put these lines here as a starter. Do you want to move over to that line for me, please, Esther? Okay, okay. And let's start with standing position. So the heel of that back foot there, so if you get that onto the heel, yeah. So if you bring that back heel onto the tape, yeah. So move that one across there. There you go, good, good. And then the front toe here, yeah. There you go, good. And that is how we're moving. So we've got a straight line in between the two. If we got it on this, we're too narrow. All right, we can start doing this if we want to, but you need to start squaring up. And once you're squaring up, you're a wider target to hit. But at least you're stable. The key is that you just don't go down. All right, so there you go. And that's initially. Now, another way of doing it is to get down on one knee. Okay, and when you're on one knee, all you do is you stand up, keep your feet stay where they are, and that's your starting position. Just make a little adjustment, and that's it. So with me now, I'm going to ask you to go forward by moving your front foot. Just bend your knees a little bit, and get me that little bounce. There we go. That's it, good. All right, I have issues with a lot of people in that position, and they move like that. Okay, you don't want that. You want to be, relaxed and ready to move in any direction. Okay, pushing off the back foot. The back foot is what accelerates you forward, and then the front foot puts the brakes on. So back foot pushes you forward, and there we go. Good, good. Let's try again. Push off the back foot, move forward. Good. Try again. Good. Now I want to go with the front foot pushing you backwards. There you go. There you go. Okay, be careful not to get those feet too close together. There we go. And go in. All right, good. So that's really how we go forwards and backwards in the ring. Now, I know sometimes we like to reach out and reach somebody. Now, we don't do that because, again, you're compromising your balance. You'll get them no matter what. You don't need to run around the ring or stretch. If you're going to find somebody, just come to them forward this way, and that's it. Keep the guard up, and there you go. Keep moving forward. Coming backwards. There we go. There you go. That's it. Now we're dancing together, Sarah. Go again. Forward with me. Go. That's it. Awesome. There we go. And come back again. There you go. Fantastic. Now what we can do now is use the power from that back foot to throw the punch. So we go that way. Bring it back. That's it. Now there's a lot more technically we need to be working on, but that's just the basics. That's it. Moving backwards again. That's it. Awesome. Right. Now we're moving sideways. So you keep the same way as you were. And what we're going to do, because we're going that way, we go with that foot first. So we go that way and then back to where we were. Okay, again, go again. Move across. And there we go. Move across. Hope I'm still in the shot. Now I go with the other back foot forward. Okay, so the key is the back foot now goes forward. There we go. There we go. Okay, back this way now. It's funny. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. We're playing, what is it? A bit of salsa music at the moment. All right, here we go. Go forward. Forward. Now. So forward. Backwards. Forwards. Okay, now going backwards now. There you go. That's it. Be careful that your feet never come together. There you go. And we're going over there now to okay, you notice, so if you're going in that way, Remember that feet's not going to cross over at any point. We're going to use the back foot first. So back foot. There we go. Back foot. And then come back again. This foot first. There we go. There you go. And that's how we move on. And then you've got maximum stability when you're moving around. So you're combining now mobility with fluidity and mobility. And it's very difficult to actually be moving at the same time and remain stable at the same time. We always seem to compromise it. Now we're going to rotate, go around in circles, okay? So we're going to learn the pivot. All right? So the pivot, really, we did this last time. We're going to step out. So we'll go from here. So you go on the line, if you want to go on the line. There we go. So bring your back foot over. Bring your back foot, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to step out that way. Okay? And then we're just going to turn with our foot on the balls of our feet, taking the heel off. Good. That allows me to turn and go around. There. Fantastic. Fantastic. Brilliant. Good. Let's try again. Because what a lot of people do when they do it, they tend to keep that foot planted and then they end up twisting with their foot that way. If we do that way, it allows me to pivot, which is basic. You get that with basketball, you get that with netball, you pivot with the balls of your feet. So we're going around. So ready? Step out. Step out. Okay. And then let's pivot. Go around. Good. Fantastic. So that's your 90-degree pivot. Let's try the other way. With the other way, again, from here, just step a little bit across, and then we're pivoting across in that manner. Okay, so there you go. Good. And that's it. So we've gone forwards and backwards, okay, side to side, and pivoted. We can then, once you've got those basics, start getting more and more complicated with your movements. You know, we've got like the L step, which is moving around in that way, and so on, which is, you know, the next level. But that's all you need to be doing. And if you can throw the punches with them, even if you're going sideways, okay? And even if you're doing your pivot, a good one is to do the check punch, which is from here, we've worked on that way. So we throw the punch, then pivot around, and you turn. There you go, Sarah. Fantastic. And that's it for this week. Thank you very much, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Very good. How was that? Yeah.